Hello, and welcome to episode 161 of my Wurm Unlimited tutorial series. This episode will be on the new rendered texture for an assortment of items like bridges, walls, fences, etc. etc. So we're going to try and cover a few of the different things that you can texture. Before that though, say hello Raynstorm.
Hi everyone, Raynstorm here.
Okay, so let's start with this bridge. The reason for this is because there's lots of options for the bridge, and the bridge falls under one of the items that you can render. So what I'm going to do, let's bring up my pocket, activate my dioptra, and right click on this range pole and plan bridge. And then you're going to notice in a minute, when this gets to near the end, it's going to come up with a list of options for us. And I just first want to show you the two new options, but also all the other bridge options, because they're all new, aren't they, Raynstorm, or recent?
Yes, they are, and I think that's probably why we got a thumbs down in the Bridge in the Mind episode. It's because there are so many new options, and we didn't show that. You can't take an old stone bridge down to the framework and change using a new material. You actually have to recreate an entire bridge. I used to have a brick bridge here, but for this episode we destroyed it and we've got to start all over again so that we could show the rendered material or texture.
Yeah, so thank you for that information. It's useful, isn't it, for people to know that if there be... Otherwise they'll be there for hours trying to work out why they can't render their existing bridge.
Correct.
Now they know that they've got to destroy it first. Maybe not a happy prospect for them if they've spent hours making it, building it.
No, because it's a lot of materials that go into these bridges.
But it's a good excuse for a new bridge, is it not? And we should be building bridges, shouldn't we? Not destroying them.
True.
Right, so you can all see now on my screen that here's all of the choices and options, and this is how it's now displayed for when you're building your bridges. And the newest two options, of course, which this episode is about, is rendered. So you can see you've got flat rendered. Remember, that's just a flat bridge going across, so no boats can fit under it. And the second option is your arch rendered, which then your boats can get underneath. But there's a limit, isn't there, to what size boats, Raynstorm?
Well, it depends on the arch and how far across. The taller the bridge, the bigger the boat. I mean, all boats can go under it. Even the flat ones, it clips through them. It doesn't look like it goes under.
So let's show that then next, and how you can choose the height. So we're going to choose the arch rendered bridge. Of course you would go for whatever you want, but because this episode is on rendered, I'm going to choose this one. Click next, and here you can see underneath where it says arched bridge max steepness, and then you've got the degrees. And Raynstorm, you want me to do it 15?
Yes, please.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
So, yeah, 20 was a little too steep for this short of a distance.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to finalise on that. And
yeah,
there
that
we
looks
go.
Good. See, the rowboats can go under that now.
Yeah, and so now now of course you'd have to build your bridge, and then you can render it. So thankfully Raynstorm's going to do that.
Show them the at least what do you call it? Add to the crafting window so they can see.
Oh yes, let's show you.
Materials.
Yeah. So if we right click on the bridge now and click add to the crafting window, what this will show us. I'm too far away. Now I'm falling in. I'm having a moment. I'm having a malfunction. Okay, that should do, I think.
That's because you weren't listening earlier.
Oh, I know listen. You know listen. But let's try this again. Okay, add to the crafting window. There we go. Now, if I stop climbing... Oh, good, I won't fall back down. So there's a list of the materials that you need in order to...
Start it, yeah.
Yeah, in order to do this. Thankfully, Raynstorm is going to do all of this, because we don't want this to be an hour-long episode of just making this bridge. You're going to do it while I'm doing the next bit, are you?
Right, and then you can come back and see the finished product.
Yeah, there you go. That works for me as well as them. Right, okay, so that's while Rainstorm's going to build that bridge so I can show you rendering it. So what we're going to do in the meantime is I'm going to first show you with an arch. Now, with rendering, you can only render plain stone. So you can see that it says plain stone narrow window, plain stone, well that says stone arch wall, or it'll say plain stone oriel. The fact being it needs to be stone or plain stone.
Plain stone.
Yeah.
Plain stone.
Well, for the fence it doesn't say that, it just says stone.
Right, but the regular stone walls will not work. It has to be the plain stone, the one without the wood trim at the top.
Yes. But for the fences you don't have that wood at the top,
Right.
do you?
No.
So it'll say stone.
Correct.
With the arches though, yeah, like you say, stone. That says stone arch wall. So
It doesn't say plain?
No, it just says stone arch.
Oh, I hope I didn't do the right one.
No, that's all right because I'm going to demonstrate anyway.
Oh,
You
that's
did that
true.
on purpose so I can demonstrate that you can't render it. So anyway, what am I waffling about? Well, let's take a look. Let's open this up. Let's grab a load of clay because that's what you need to render with. But before that, of course, I've got to build this. So let's grab the stone brick and the clay. Let's quickly finish this arch. I hate when it puts it on the right, so if I just open it again, as Rainstorm pointed out, it'll then switch it to the left.
No, add to the crafting window
Yeah,
again.
adding it to the crafting window again. They know what I mean, because that's what I actually did. I just didn't probably say that.
Correctly, yeah.
Right, where's my chisel?
No? Your trowel.
Oh, that's it, yeah. I told you I'm having a malfunction. Where's my trowel?
Well, I don't know. Do I need to give you mine?
Next I'll be getting a fish and trying to fillet it with my chisel.
Oh, stop. I know that's an inside joke. Picking on me.
Where's my trowel gone though? I think it's in there, is it?
Is it on your belt?
Yeah, it is. I've just found it. But you can do it from the belt, can't you?
Yeah, drag it from your belt into the crafting window.
Yeah, I knew that. I was going to do that first of all, but I thought I'd do the long way of trying to find it. Right, okay, so let's whack that up. Continue. You can't use that. Why can't I use the... Oh, I'm using the chisel. I must be tired. I think I must be tired.
I'm sorry. That's as bad as me filleting the fish with the chisel.
You see, that's it. That's the game slapping me because I had the insolence to say that remark. Although it did know I was joking, obviously, but it decided, right, you want to get funny, do you? So we'll put a stone chisel in there. Right, okay, here we go. Arch,
Oh,
done.
I see. It's the right one.
Yep,
It's the correct one. It says plain stone arch. Oh, good. I didn't do it wrong.
I got there eventually. I like to go around the houses, you see. Okay, so there's our plain stone arch. Clearly different to a stone arch. Let's show you then what happens when you try and render them. And a slate window. So let's grab a load of clay. How much can I carry? Oh, look at that. All 60. I'm going
good
to walk
job.
like a snail. Okay, so to render, activate your clay. It's going to need 20 kilograms in total, so you're going to need to use 10 clay per wall. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. We're going to need that many. So if I do that and do that, no, and do that, there you go. That's how many it's going to use, as you're going to see. So if I've activated my clay, right click, click, left click, render wall, and watch what happens to the wall. Oh, it takes 20. I've got to combine them, of course.
Do you remember how to combine?
Yeah.
In the crafting window? Show them in the crafting window.
Oops. Oops. Okay, so activate your clay. I did it just as you said. Next time I'll do it that way. And then
Okay.
render. And you'll see it zipping along. And there we go. So there's that looks a little like
stucco.
Like in Egypt, how their little huts look, don't you think?
Yeah, it looks Middle Eastern.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was a plain stone wall. Watch what happens if we try and do a stone arched wall. Clay's activated. I've got easily 20 kilograms. You simply do not get the option to render. What happens if you try and do a slate wall? When you right click, you won't get the render option. What happens when you try a plain stone? Right click and you will get the render option. So moral of this story, make sure it says plain stone on the building if you want to be able to render it. And there we go. There is a rendered doorway, double doorway, and a rendered arch. Okay, next let's render a normal wall. So we'll do this one here. Notice that it says plain narrow stone window. Clay still activated. Right click, render. And let's see how this looks. Yeah, isn't that nice? Okay, so that's a rendered narrow window. You get the picture with the buildings. Let's move over to the fences. So this is a stone fence. If I right click, there's render fence. Now doesn't that look nice? I like the rendered fences, Raynstorm. They look nice.
Yeah. Well, I've almost completed the building for you.
Okay, let's now do, so that's the fence. Let's now do a iron fence, because yes, you can render them too. It looks really cool as well.
Now currently we cannot render the tall stone walls or the high iron fences or fence gates. That's coming in the next episode. Or the next update.
Yeah, the next update I was going to say, because if the game ain't got it yet, there's no way I can make the next episode.
And those, the high iron fence and fence gate, the stone wall, the chain fence, the portcullis, and I know there was something else. They're all going to be in the other textures, so like the slate, the sandstone. So they're all coming out with the new textures.
Yeah, so they look like plaster in their own materials.
And the parapets will also be available in all the other materials as well.
Okay, I'm going to do this fence gate next.
And then you can show them what the finished building looks like, because I've completed the rendering of the building for you.
So there's... Right, thank you, Raynstorm. Okay, so there's the different types of fences that you can now render. And here's the building. Raynstorm's completed it.
Yeah, there's some inside too.
Notice the portcullis is done as well.
If you go inside, you could show them the arches. That way they get an idea of what all the walls look like.
Yep, there's your T-arch.
Your right and left.
And the right arches. Where's the left arch then?
One's right, one's left. Or actually, it doesn't matter because you can rotate them.
They're both rendered right.
I know.
Oh, you're just going to rotate them to make them left.
If you rotate the wall like that, that's what it looks like.
Oh, I've never rotated before, have I? So let's just show you all that. So if you right click, you got an option to rotate wall now. How cool is that?
Well, no, it's been there for a long time.
Has it? Well, I've not noticed it.
Okay, so come over here to the Oriole. This one. Rotate that one. See, they made it so you can rotate, so the doors will either open inwards or outwards. Or
yeah, that's nice.
You build the windows on the wrong side.
I must have been in the mine too long.
You were. Okay, so the bridge is done, and while you're showing them the bridge, I'm gonna go to the mine so I can teleport you when you're done.
Okie doke. Okay, so here is the bridge. How cool does that look?
Oh shoot.
Well, to put it another way, it's just another choice you have for how your bridges look. I think it looks quite cool.
And then you can also pave. Remember, if you put the mortar down, you can pave the road over that, and that'll look neat too.
Yeah, so you can do a different material for your paving across the bridge.
Right, to go along with your roads.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all the new rendering. Now we're going to show rendering a mine wall next, once Raynstorm magically gets to the mine.
Yeah, I'm summoning you outside the mine now.
Okay, thank you. Remind me to give you your dioptra back.
Okay.
Oh, you know I'll keep it.
I know. Why don't you give it to me now before you forget?
Okay, if I must.
That was my present from Stargrunkle.
That was kind of him.
Well, it's not really a present. I bought it off of him.
Oh, did you?
He made it. He had a merchant that he put all these on, so I bought it off of him. He made some money out of it. So right here on this corner is the partial reinforced stone cladding, and this is the final cladding. So if you take this clay right here, you can render this stone brick cladding.
Okay, yeah. Let's give it a render. First of all, I've got enough still, clay-wise actually.
Okay.
And it's activated. So same as the walls and fences, just right click once you've activated at least a 20 kilogram lump. Just right click with it activated and render wall. There you go. You can't do floors, can you, Raynstorm?
No, the closest
Not yet,
thing
anyway.
that comes to the rendering is if you put the prepared down, which is the mortar, and it sort of looks like that, but there is no rendered floor. I tried with round stone, cobblestone, because there's nothing that says stone brick.
But that is just at the moment. Who's to say next week they don't do an update and do the floors? But as it stands for now, up to September 2017, you cannot render the floors yet. So it's the walls and buildings and fences and
Correct.
Bridges.
Yes, correct.
Okay, anything else you want to add?
No, I think that really covered it this time. I'm glad you got the information to them about the bridges too. Because we forgot to do that when we were in the mine covering the bridges.
Yeah, we needed to do that.
Yeah, so you cannot bring it down to the, like I said, you cannot take it down to the frame level and then use different material to build it. You have to start all over.
Yep, totally destroy and recreate.
Yep.
And that'll take them a while though to destroy it, unless it's deeded.
Yep, exactly.
And generally people aren't building bridges on their deeds because it's a way of linking up their continent. So they're going to be destroying a lot of bridges. I think they'll just settle for keeping their bridges as is, I believe.
Yeah, and just if you're gonna build someplace else, you'll try a different material.
Yeah, it's a good excuse to build a bridge, isn't it?
Yep.
Anything else you want to add to this episode? Anything possibly that we could have missed?
I can't think of anything.
Oh, we did done good then, did we?
I hope so. If we missed anything, please leave comments. And
I was going to say, I'm sure we'll hear about it.
Yeah,
we did.
Well, I've had a couple of people that, give you the thumbs down. And I'm wondering
you just stop worrying about the thumbs down.
Let me finish. I'm wondering if we missed something and they're looking for it. So if we do miss something, please leave a note so that we can render that or fix that.
Well, we could render their thumbs down, perhaps.
Yeah, hopefully we can get it a thumbs up.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I hate to, this channel is to help people. And if we're missing something, we need to be able to figure out what we're missing so that we can,
Oh, I'll always be missing
go
something.
over it.
Don't worry about
Fine, thanks.
that.
You know what I meant.
I'm sure I did.
Okay, so just if anybody out there has any other comments, please just leave a message, and then we'll see if we can take care of it in another episode. Yeah? No?
Yeah.
Maybe so?
No? Yeah, that's a good idea. It's always good to get comments, is it not?
I agree.
Whether they're good or whether they're bad, it's every criticism is constructive.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, okay, well, in that case, we've done all we came here to do. If you'd like to say your goodbyes, I will say the outro.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, Raynstorm, for all your time and effort and help in recording this episode. And thank you for all the extra information you've been adding as we go along. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.